But like you say, fighting against the wind here, it's definitely going to consume some more fuel. Right, it's time to stop at those service station there. It's 5 kilometres on left, love. We've ridden hard and long enough now. Time for a cup of brew. Yeah? Huh?
You wanted to stop?
Not really. What we done, about 20k, if that. So I'll read the sign out. It says incident ahead at the Thomas Road, use caution. So I've got a wind blast. I'm getting it from the right side now, from the east side, Catherine, and then copping it in immediately after on the west side. It's like being punched by a boxer.
Not rain, rain, go away. It's wind, wind, go away. Come again another day.
When we're not on the bike.
Yeah. Oh, it's just suddenly got less wind. Oh, it's back again.
Yeah. It did again. It was quite flat there, wasn't it? Quite nice. So I watched a video the other day, a biking video on Richie Vida, his YouTube channel, my old mate Richie Vida. He doesn't know me, by the way, I just say he's my old mate. And he was going up to Scotland from the Midlands. That's where he's from. I think he's from Derbyshire way. And he rode 13 hours pretty much non-stop really. He seemed to have a couple of stops, but only briefly. One for a breakfast and one for a coffee. And then he seemed to suggest that he was pretty much riding for 13 hours up to Scotland, and up to actually the top end of Scotland. And that was a good watch. He actually rode through some snow as well, which he wasn't too fond of. But yeah, I quite enjoyed watching that. That's a long day. He was, I think he said he did just over 500 miles, and yeah, 13 hours in the saddle. That's a marathon, is that? You just think now, by the time we get home, Catherine, we'll be ready for a cup of tea. Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling it now, buffing around and getting a bit blown around a bit, but to think if you did something similar to this for another 5 or 6 hours or onwards, that'd be a challenge,
well,
wouldn't it?
with this wind.
Yeah, and his video, he didn't have wind like this. He wasn't going up and struggling with the wind. It was just the frost and the ice and the snow he had a few dramas with. It was in January, and I think it was 2000 and maybe 18, something like that. Oh, actually, it might have been actually this year, because he did mention, I think he said something about he was riding a bike which he had to take back. It was actually a Suzuki V-Strom, the 1050, I think it was, that he was on.
I thought you said it was a 2020 or something though.
That's it, that's what I'm saying. I think it was a 2020 this year. I think it might have been January this year, and he was having to take it back. I've seen so many videos now I get mixed up with them, because one of them has got a Honda Africa Twin which he rode down to the headquarters of Honda for them to sort of service it, the first service for the bike, and then he had it for another good duration as well. I think they told him to have it until they gave him the call to bring it back, really, which he reckoned was going to be quite a few months. So yeah, my old mate Richie on his ride up to Scotland.
And what were you watching yesterday evening then?
Oh, I was watching a blast from the past, 80s videos, VHS videos I've kept. I hadn't watched them probably from a similar time to when I first recorded them, which is, yeah, 30 plus years. And there were comedies, there were comic strip present comedies, Rick Mayall and Ade Edmondson, Dawn French, Jennifer Saunders and a few others.
Except there was even young Ozzy Osbourne in there, wasn't there?
yeah, in one of the sketches, in one of the ones, yeah, one of the, they were all a different program, so they were just a different story every week. They aired them. Very random stuff as well. And you look back, you think, well, some of it was a bit funny, but a lot of it wasn't so, and that's changing times, I suppose, and how comedy has to evolve as well. And some of the things they were showing there would definitely not be aired again in this day and age, for sure.
What, you mean that fella, the father that was blacked up as a Nazi?
Yeah,
going to the fancy
that's
dress.
No way gonna get aired. Yeah. Be giving Prince Harry ideas, won't it, really? And hopefully our audio is good. A bit worried that with all this wind blasting around that it ruins the audio, so I'll be quite annoyed by then, because a few videos of late, just back off and let this guy in.
Needs to put his foot down.
So yeah, what was I saying?
The wind. You're a bit worried that the wind noise, because the last few videos.
That's it, yeah. Yeah, the last few videos have had music to them, and that's because we've had some audio issues with them. I mean, it was a bit random, I suppose, to have a few videos thrown in where it's purely music based as well. It mixes it up a little bit, makes it different, but it wasn't intentional as such. We just had some bad audio, so I couldn't use it. So I'm hoping this is okay. And by the way, Catherine,
yes?
I'm on 1 bar now.
Are you? Well, you'll be
fine. So what do you reckon? Well, you're siphoning it out of your tank if we have to. I've got a little pipe I've got on one of my security latches for my GoPro for one of my holders. Oh, we've got a breakdown coming up here.
Police car behind you.
Yeah, he's flashing as well, so I don't know if he'll be going up to this site, because obviously for the smash. Yeah,
is that the incident?
Could be in that golden car just there as well. So a bit of drama there on the naked bikes there.
You're not filming behind though, are you?
No.
It's interesting how the breakdown truck got there quicker than the police.
Mysteriously they do, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, talk about rapid response there, and whose priorities are there for rapid response.
Another dead fox.
Yeah, that's 2 dead fox we've seen today, isn't it? Which, yeah, believe it or not, we have foxes here in Perth, WA. I actually thought the other one we saw this morning, because it looked a bit big, I thought it was a dingo.
You still there?
I'm still here.
Keep getting beeps.
Ask Cardo how much battery you've got left.
Hey Cardo, battery status. Hey Cardo, battery status. He's having none of it. Hey Cardo, battery status. 25%.
So you've dropped from supposedly 80% from when we set off this morning.
Yeah.
See how you go. We have got your charger with you, so I can plug your charger into my charger. You know, you can plug the lead in, but it's only about 8 inches long, so we'd have to ride really close together to put a charge in it.
Yeah.
Do you think you could do that?
No.
Not with this wind anyhow, no chance. The Mandurah line, this is the train coming down. on the Mandurah line.
Is it a bit more than half an hour on the train from Perth to Mandurah?
Yeah, maybe about 40 minutes. I mean, you think they travel, I suppose they go faster than 100 kilometres an hour, don't they? I'm not sure what their top speeds are. Traffic slowing up on the other side of the road, southbound. Yeah, and our, like here we have our sort of north and south road, and then in the middle of them we have the rail lane, the railway track.
Traffic slowing up, going north.
Crikey, wait, yeah. Oh no. Oh, and get your fingers if they're cramping up on your left or for your clutch early like mine now. That's one thing when you're riding on a straight like this, because you're not changing gears and obviously using your left hand often enough, I find mine just starts to lock up a little bit. Like my right hand as well, it's not doing anything bad, just hold it in position at a certain speed for the throttle. And then when you suddenly, or you have to start lifting your hand up and around and making movements, I think it's like your blood, isn't it? Sort of, maybe it is your blood flow. Just cramps up a little bit.
I think somebody's had a bit of trouble with a boat on the back of a ute.
Oh, have you seen something? Oh, here they is. Maybe this is it then. So, some more excitement, folks, and drama. Look at this, eh? Not sure how he's there.
Has it blown across or what?
Don't know. The position of that is a bit weird. Anyhow, we're off.
Well, the wheels of the trailer the boat were on were really into that sand, as if they'd really, you know, been pushed into it.
Okay.
So I just wonder if the wind's got hold of the boat.
Could have been, yeah, it could have been, and if it was bouncing around a bit, then it could have caused some damage. Well, at least we weren't too long in that snarl up. Literally seconds. Do you want to get over to the left hand side? Are you going left hand side?
Oh, not in front of a four-wheel drive, I'm not.
Yes. So we're 80 along here, love.
We don't want to be on this road, do we? We need to get back across.
That's alright, love.
Knew it was a mistake.
Oh. Well, that was confusing road signs there, wasn't there? Oh, there's always an idiot, isn't there? Look at him. Yeah.
He's got a death wish.
And yes, it's still buffering us around as we venture north on our trusty Yamaha MT07s. Catherine sports the, I think it's the Glacier white and black. And for people seeing mine, if they've seen anything of mine, because mine's not featured so much in these videos, but you may think mine is black, but it's the actual colour is deep purple. So when the sun shines, you do get a hue of this dark purple hue. I actually thought it was black when I first purchased it, and they were my favourite roses. You know, the roses, tinned roses, chocolates. They're not tinned anymore, are they? They're in boxes. But the deep purple wrapper, that one, the caramel with the, was it hazelnut? And then
yeah, but wasn't that oh, I had the name and I've forgotten it. Quality Street. Oh, did they have the same one in both? They definitely had it in Quality Street. The purple wrapper with the cellophane, and it's the soft caramel with a hazelnut.
yeah, that was the purple one. So what are you saying there's two of them for?
Oh, that's in Quality Street. You said roses.
Oh, were they Quality Street?
So this hospital coming up here on the left is Fiona Stanley Hospital, and in Australia you have to shorten everything, and so I thought, yeah, they use the initials FSH, Fiona Stanley Hospital, but apparently what you have to call it now is FISH. So FI out of Fiona and then the SH Stanley Hospital. So this is FISH.
Oh, the Fiona Stanley Hospital for short.
No, it's FISH. And there it is.
It's a big fish. Oh, there's a lot of wind here. Gee! Wow, that's the worst ever. That was like riding into a wind tunnel. And I suppose again you feel it more when you're on naked bikes. There's no windshield on ours to try and deflect any wind. So you really do cop.
Maybe you need to go like that.
Yeah, that's the way to go, isn't it?
Actually. It's better.
Well, I think because of that wind, you know, because you're holding on, and I'm definitely feeling it in my wrists and my palms of my hand now. Sort of locking up,
yeah,
which isn't overly comfortable. How's yours?
Oh, fine. Just my fingers have, especially my middle right hand finger, it's cold. Nope. The end of it.
Well, you're not exercising it, are you, like you normally do? You know what I mean?
Spadaccini is out with his boat. Spadaccini is an Italian builder in the Stirling area. He has built villas and townhouses in our suburb. In fact, we did look at one of his properties, didn't we? Nearly bought it. Still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just thinking whether I'll be able to get myself off the bike when I get home.
Will you be able to get off
I think I'll just be locked. Yeah, I think I'll just be locked in this position. Be sat on bike for another 20 minutes until I've sort of blood flow has eased and got my joints working again. So, the Hey Cardo, radio off. Hey Cardo, radio off. So that's twice today. Loving the Cardo headsets. We both think they're fantastic. Real clarity in when we're talking to each other. Very minimal dropouts. Just mention a few dropouts from when it's in busy traffic, say, in built up areas. But for some weird reason, it randomly turns the radio on. Oh, it's turned it on again, so you don't have to say hey Cardo for every other instruction, but if it's the radio, it just turns it on if you say radio on. So I'm going to say radio off. Radio off. Radio off. Hey Cardo, radio off, jackass. It's turned it off now. So it turns the on, yeah, just by saying it. Yeah, for everything else you have to say, hey Cardo. Just
well, mine's come on and I haven't even mentioned the R word.
Again, if it thinks you've said it because you've said something else similar sounding, then they'll put it on. That's the only gripe so far we've experienced with these Cardo units. we have the Cardo Packtalk bolts with the JBL headphones, and very good, really pleased with them, apart from the issue with the RADIO turning on. So that's all my enjoyment of looking through at Perth there, love. Too busy faffing around with radio. So at this point we're only about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes max to home, and it literally is just on the freeway all the way down, and then a right turn into Mandurah. Likewise, out of Mandurah, take a left turn, push on 65k north, turn left, and we're home. You can start building your speed up here, love. I wonder where that camera is. Do you know where that camera is? Actually, like it says camera, doesn't it? I think it is telling you that, you know, the speed cameras along here. Oh, again though, the levers. Oh.
We'll need to get across. Incident ahead.
I mean, and I'm over revving there purely because my fingers are numb. Incident ahead. Okay, so we're bringing you more drama here today. The incident is cop car and a paddy wagon as well, as we call them here, and then we have someone pulling up as well. So, oh, they've had a broken windscreen as well. There might have been an incident, as in maybe some violent incident if someone's broken the windscreen, or has someone chucked a stone off the bridge maybe. They do occasionally do that. What do you think that might have been?
Was it the front that was broken?
Yeah, the windscreen was smashed.
Front windscreen?
Yeah. You know, like something of substance had hit it and caved it in and smashed it. Well, not smashed it all the way through, but you know, dented it. So 3 incidents in a matter of 1 hour on the Kwinana freeway. I suppose it's like that every day really. Always something happening on the freeway or motorway, isn't there? So this is the Joondalup line, Joondalup, and that's the train to the city. Yep. So those trees are blowing a fair bit as well. Maybe it gives you an idea of how windy it's been. The branches swaying.
Hey up, Jeff's going out.
Alright, well, thanks for watching everyone, and we could do with a few more subscribers, by the way. We're still sat at 10 at the moment, but for those who are subscribed and keep on watching, thank you for that. And it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from
me.